So, welcome back to another episode of Analyzing Awfulness, where we break down whether or not the OP is in the right or the wrong while offering unsolicited advice regarding the situations. Today we'll be talking about a husband who is super close to a girl at work. They spend time together, get close, and things quickly spiral out of his control. Let's get into it. I, 34 male, work in a small office and we have about 30 people working here. Mary, 35 female, is one of my coworkers. We have been working together for 6 years now. We have 6 people in our department, and we have to frequently travel across the state as our work involves overseeing government projects. We always travel in a group of 2. Although my travel partner changes based on the project, Mary and I are generally put on similar projects and enjoy each other's company. My wife also likes Mary. Overall, we have a very healthy work relationship. Okay, so I can see where this is gonna go from a mile away. One of you, after spending large amounts of time together, sometimes with just the 2 of you, caught feelings. Now, although unprofessional given the work setting, this normally would be a normal and natural thing. 2 people who are constantly interacting, constantly doing similar activities, constantly coming up with solutions together, and obviously having good chemistry due to their ability to do that are bound to become close. That just makes sense. It doesn't always have to be romantic closeness either. Good friendships and even a bond similar to a brother-sibling one is capable of forming as well. Given that we had to bring up that the wife likes her though, well, let's just say that I'm betting on romantic. On to the incident. Yesterday we had a happy hour in our office and we were all drinking after work hours and chatting. It was a group of around 10 people that stayed back. Mary was blabbering about how we both have been traveling together so much in the last year. She was roasting me for my habits while traveling, like always forgetting stuff in my hotel room, being sweaty and stinky when I join her for breakfast in mornings because I go to the hotel gym. Hold up, pause. If you are going to a breakfast, a smelly stinky mess, that is super disrespectful. Like, before we get into whatever happened, we gotta talk about this, bro. Take a shower first, man. You don't have time after you work out? That makes sense, truly it does. How about you just wake up earlier to work out then? Keep your smell to yourself. No, that was pretty bad. I'm sorry. Don't click off. Everyone was laughing and she was making it sound how unbearable I was to tag along, all in good fun. I also told some funny and sweet stories about her and agreed with her saying that I can be difficult to be with sometimes. This can be some harmless bickering between good friends, no doubt in that, but it can also be misinterpreted as flirting if the rest of the people in this group aren't contributing to the conversation by doing a similar thing. Appearances do matter. You are married, and this may be a hint that she may have some growing feelings for you. Plus, you don't want these people thinking that more may be going on if it isn't. That could cause rifts between friendships, awkwardness within the workplace, and hurt feelings and misunderstandings with your wife. Mary came to me and hugged me tightly and told me that she loves me and I am her work husband. It was all innocent on surface, but she might have been a bit drunk and just didn't let go of her tight hug. Also, I hate that phrase, as I do have a wife that I promise to be with forever and not just in non-working hours. I largely agree with your feelings on the terminology work wife and work husband. The words husband and wife have a lot of value to me, as well as marriage, vows, etc. Associating it with a coworker, especially whenever one party is actually married, is super gross to me. She may have been drunk in this situation, but for her to hug you tightly and say that she loves you should be taken rather seriously. She did it without your consent, she made you uncomfortable, and she did it in front of everyone without a care in the world. Some people act more like they truly are and how they truly feel whenever they are drunk. The rational part of their brain stops working, and they are more likely to act solely off feelings and impulse than anything else. Good chance she has fallen for you. Hasn't said anything out of respect, but couldn't hold it back the moment the alcohol loosened her lips. After a few seconds, I started becoming uncomfortable and also saw a few people staring at us. So, to defuse the situation, I took her hands off my shoulder and told her that she was my work sister and that is why I love to annoy her so much. Okay. You sister-zoned her here, publicly in front of everyone. We already established that she's running off of emotions right now, so her reaction to this is not gonna be good. That's without a doubt at this point. That being said, your reaction publicly shut down her advances as well, which may look good for you, but it also may not. Some may interpret it as you desperately trying to save face, as if you have been cheating, and she almost revealed that to them all. I don't know your coworker, so I can't say for sure, but felt like I needed to bring it up as a possibility. That seemed to have upset Mary, and she left and went back to her desk and was sobbing silently. I tried to apologize to her, but she told me how embarrassing the whole situation was. She said that she just meant work husband in a platonic way, but me calling her work sister made her sound like a creep in front of the whole office. Yeah, no, that would have been pretty embarrassing for her, especially since she was most likely so drunk she never took it into consideration. That being said, I don't have much sympathy since getting drunk is a decision she made while sober. Now she's gotta deal with the consequences of that. Her blaming OP's response as what was embarrassing is pretty silly. Hear me out here, guys. If someone randomly hugged you in front of everyone without warning and declared that they had love for you, wouldn't that be pretty embarrassing? Now, if you were married, so you know that this action would resort to gossip, assumptions, and drama, wouldn't that make you feel even worse? That's basically the situation that OP was in. And I gotta say, OP, the way you handled it was probably better than I would have. I hate physical contact, so this is literally a nightmare for me. She was also angry that I aggressively removed her hands from my shoulders while hugging. So I never saw how you removed her hands, so I can't really take a side on this one. That being said, in uncomfortable situations, sometimes we don't know our own strength or how our actions may come off. I just say how you were feeling, why you did it, but apologize if you were rougher than you intended to be. I tried to reason with her that I do not like the work husband phrase, and also people gave dirty looks when she said it, so I was just trying to make sure people do not take her words in the wrong way. We talked for a few minutes afterwards and Mary calmed down, she hugged me again and left. The situation was probably pretty sobering for her. She most likely now realizes her feelings for you, whatever they may be, as well as how if they aren't platonic, they aren't reciprocated in the same way. I'm glad you guys talked it out, truthfully, but there's a big chance that she is falling or has fallen in love with you. I felt really guilty afterwards because I can see Mary's point. I made her sound like a creep by implying that she meant something inappropriate when she called me her work husband. However, I was a bit uncomfortable in that situation and just did not want people to call us that or assume something wrong. Am I the AH for calling Mary my work sister? I'm sitting in my office writing this and a bit worried if I embarrassed Mary in front of everyone. No man, you're not the AH. You were put into an uncomfortable situation on the spot that you never should have been in to begin with. You didn't make her sound like a creep. The position she put herself in did that instead. You can't blame yourself for that. If you don't want to blame her, which it sounds like you don't, then blame the alcohol instead. Even though, again, she chose to consume said alcohol of her own free will. Me? I blame her, and it feels pretty justified to me to do so. The girl's gotta take some accountability. If I get drunk and seriously injure someone, I'm not exempt from punishment because I was under the influence, which is a big reason why I don't drink, smoke, or anything that could impair my judgment or have high risk of causing an addiction. You want to put yourself at the beck and call of a substance, at the mercy of a substance? By all means, go off, but you gotta take responsibilities for the consequences of those actions straight up. Also, if she does have feelings for you, you gotta address that. You're married. A boundary needs to be immediately set, and if she doesn't respect said boundary, then you need to restrict or even stop contact with her as much as humanly possible. Y'all work together. I get that complicates things, but your marriage should come first. Every single time. You aren't just a you anymore. You're a part of an us, a we, and the other party, your other half, deserves that kind of respect. That's all I have to say. Have a great day. Thank you.